part 2 of the incredible Bulk. The Twaddle School team hadn't had time to practice because Mr. Bulk spent the entire time bragging about all the amazing things he'd done in sport, even though all he does is stuff his face. And they're now losing the school's football championship 10-0. Mr. Bulk hadn't paid much attention to the game. He was much more interested in the table of sandwiches that had been laid out for all the boys to eat after the match. Sadly for them, Bulk had eaten them all except one final coronation chicken sandwich. The teacher was now eyeing up the table, wondering if wood tasted nice. What was left of the Twaddle team hobbled over to him. "Mr. Bulk, we're being thrashed," began the captain. "What are we going to do?" The teacher stood perfectly still, save for one part of his body, his mouth. He was chewing. And finally, he swallowed that last sandwich. Ponga wonga woo-ah. That was a spicy one. Finally, he spoke. "Boys, listen to me. I am the champion of champions." "No, you listen to me," snapped the captain. "You are a champion of nothing. You made it all up." "It's all nonsense," added the goalie. "The only ball I've ever seen you catch is a meatball," stated the centre forward. "Ha ha ha!" The team all laughed at their teacher, who became sad. He took a deep breath and began speaking slowly and softly. "I am not stupid. I know what you all call me behind my back. The incredible Bulk. Well, it's not my fault I love my food, and I can dream, can't I?" All of a sudden, the boys felt terrible for mocking him and gazed down at their football boots. "I know that one day I can be the GOAT." "The what?" asked the captain. GOAT stands for greatest of all time, and that day is today. With that, Bulk waddled onto the pitch. Waddle, waddle, whiddle. "Now we're really done for," remarked the Twaddle captain. He and his teammates stayed on the sidelines as the course college boys, if they could indeed be called boys, all jeered at Mr. Bulk as if to say, "Who's this huge lump?" "Huh, huh, huh." However, when their team captain tried to weave round him with the ball, Bulk simply stuck his huge tummy out and boom! The boy/man didn't stand a chance. He bounced against Bulk's bulk so hard, boing, that he shot up into the air. Zoom! The course captain landed on the far side of the pitch in a puddle of mud. Splat, squelch. "One down," called out Bulk. The referee blew his whistle, toot, and pulled out a red card to send the sports teacher off. "How dare you! That's my son! He's only just turned 30, screamed the referee. "Oh, I do dare," replied Bulk. "I do." With that, Bulk bashed into the referee with his tummy. Boink! Ah! It sent the referee soaring into the sky. He ended up on a church roof with a spire poking into his bottom. A spire is one of the most painful things that can poke into your bottom. Others include a cactus, a hedgehog, and a medieval flail, none of which I would recommend. And there's Mr. Bulk, bouncing him off. Just then, one of Course College's super-fast strikers took possession of the ball. He was actually carrying it. I'm no expert, but as far as I know, this is against the rules of football. I'm not sure. I think that's against the rules. Just as he was about to drop it to his feet and shoot for the goal, Bulk waddled in his way. The striker ran slap bang into the teacher's tummy. Oof! Wobble! Boink! He zoomed through the air, whoosh, before whizzing past his own goalkeeper and hitting the back of the net. "Goal!" shouted Bulk triumphantly, though technically it wasn't. The Twaddle team cheered anyway. Hooray! The head of Course College, Mr. Nash, clomped onto the pitch. Clomp, clomp, clomp. He rolled up his sleeves and lifted up his fists as if he was spoiling for a fight. "What on earth do you think you're doing, man?" he demanded. "This," replied Bulk with a grin, bashing his tummy into him. Wobble, bonk, ah! Bulk sent the man soaring over the crowd of spectators. Whiz! Nash flew headfirst into a tree, doink, and was knocked out cold. He slid down the trunk, hitting each and every branch on the way down. Doink, 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 doink. Mr. Nash landed in a crumpled heap on the grass. Slump. "Douche!" exclaimed Bulk. Who's next? Trembling with fear, the course college team dashed back to the far end of the pitch, except for one, the brawniest of the lot, who stepped towards Bulk. He handed his pint of beer to one of his teammates and stared at the sports teacher. I ain't scared of you, big man, he growled in a deep, manly voice. He was actually so old that he'd gone completely bald. He had tattoos on his knuckles spelling out the words hate and hate. Bulk smiled. Come on then, little one. Baldy is an unkind nickname, but it was that or Slaphead, booted the ball hard. Boof, whiz, and then chased it across the pitch. Stomp, stomp, stomp. Bulk took a few waddles backwards towards the Twaddle goal. Waddle, waddle, whiddle. The sports teacher was so wide he all but blocked out the entire goal. With nowhere else to go, Baldy raced slap bang into Bulk's humongous tummy. Wobble, boink. He was launched high into the air like a space rocket. Zoom! His bald head glowed red, he was travelling that fast. Zizzle! Of course, as Isaac Newton's law of gravity taught us, what goes up must come down. An apple fell from a tree onto Isaac's head, which led him to invent his theory of gravity. Thank goodness it wasn't the tree that fell on him, or we would all still be floating in space. Come down, he did. Bish! Baldy hit what was left of the course team at terrific speed like a bowling ball striking skittles. Bish, bash, bosh! Baldy sent them shooting off in all different directions. One landed in a hedge, another in a bin, a third smashed through a fence, a fourth crashed through the sandwich table, a fifth came to rest in a puddle, another landed on top of the school minibus. One struck the spectators, sending them flying. Another flew headfirst into Mr. Nash. Just as the course head teacher had come to, he was knocked out cold again. The final member of the course college team actually landed in Belgium. What are you Oh, sorry, Mr. Bulk's voice. What are you waiting for, Twaddle? Called out Mr. Bulk. His team flooded onto the pitch, huffing and puffing. Bulk waddled all the way to course's goal. This really was his day, and he wanted all the glory. Leaning against the bar to get his breath back, he ordered, "Pass it to me!" The boy did so, and Bulk gently tapped the ball over the line. "Goal!" he exclaimed. The sports teacher had never looked happier. "To me!" The Twaddle team did as they were told. To absolutely nobody's surprise, a second goal was scored. "Goal!" And another. "Goal!" And another. "Goal!" And another. "Goal!" Soon the teacher had scored hundreds of goals. Most he didn't even kick, they just rebounded off his big fat foot. It was hard to keep count of all the goals, but the referee did his best from atop the church spire, and he called out 397 as he blew his whistle for the end of the match. Toot! Bulk began a victory lap around the pitch. The teacher was now too puffed out to even waddle, so instead he ordered the Twaddle team to "Carry me!" "You what, sir?" asked the captain. "Carry me!" "You've got to be joking." "Carry me!" "But Mr. Bulk, you must weigh a ton." 2 tons, actually. Now, come on, I just won the cup for you. Give this chump his victory lap. Come on. Please, carry me. The boys shared a concerned look. The captain ordered them all to gather around their sports teacher and on the count of 3 to hoist him high into the air. 1, 2, 3! Using all their might, they raised him up. For a moment, they held his weight, but only a moment. Their little arms gave way and Bulk landed on top of them. Thump. Help! Ah! There they are, trying to carry him. I'm being squashed! Sadly, Mr. Bulk never did get to do his victory lap. However, when all the boys in the Twaddle team had got out of hospital, a special assembly was called. There, in front of the entire school, in a shiny new gold tracksuit with the letters GOAT, G-O-A-T, emblazoned on the back, Mr. Bulk finally got his moment of glory. He held the school's football championship trophy above his head. "Yes, the greatest of all time," he said as everyone cheered. "Hooray!" To celebrate, he bit into a jumbo sausage sandwich. Munch, burp, pong. The burp was so meaty it actually formed a cloud that rained gravy. It could happen. For all his genius, Sir Isaac Newton missed that one. The events of this story are some years ago now, but Mr. Bulk is still a teacher at Twaddle School. To this day, he bores the children senseless with wild boasts about his sporting achievements. Of course, these stories are all twaddle, except one. The tale of the day he scored an incredible 397 goals. That one is completely and utterly true. The boys were right all along. Mr. Bulk really was incredible. There's this, the one trophy in the trophy case. I quite like that one. We don't often get a happy ending, do we, in these stories? All right, see you next time. Bye.